Hey guys, Ray from bailbondbidsnow.com, recovering criminal defense attorney. Just a little bit of insight, I guess, no BS insight to how Texas courts really work. We don't have a dog in the fight, so we'll just tell you how it is. What's the difference between an arrest charge versus a court charge versus a court case? An arrest charge is exactly what it is. It's whatever the local, the federal, or the state officer, whenever they arrest you, is kind of what they verbalize to you. They go back to their when they're booking the individual in jail, they go back and they write what they try to find the statute and they write what the charge is. So generally, if they say, we're charging you with, assault bodily injury, but that can change. That's just the initial thing, and that's what whenever somebody's trying to make bond the first time, that's what the local city magistrate will look at, or the local justice, the county justice of the peace will look at that. Like I just said, the arrest charge. Then there's a court charge. Okay, great. Somebody makes bond. They're out in what we call the free world. They make bond. And when they're on bond, they'll eventually go to court case. And then that police report, what the police, their perception of what the charge should be, witnesses, whatever, it gets to something called intake, which is larger counties kind of have a whole section that only does intake. Smaller counties, a lot of times it's the same courtroom prosecutor as well as the intake prosecutor. Sometimes it's just district attorney or county attorney prosecutor staff that initially do it. Sometimes it's actual an attorney. It's usually kind of the entry level jobs. And then they will read the police report and they will either follow that charge or add charges or maybe change that charge. So if they charged you with assault bodily injury, but it was just a light touch, maybe that prosecutor changes it to terroristic threat. Okay. Instead of maybe it was breaking into a car. So instead of a burglar of a vehicle, maybe that prosecutor would just change it into theft or something like that, or they'll upgrade them. And that is kind of what you call the court charge. And then that's what's actually filed in the court. Okay. Now, these charges will usually end up in a case, otherwise known as a court cause number. Okay. So a lot of, people, they use these words interchangeably and they're really different. A lot of times it doesn't matter, but sometimes it does, especially if you're going to go to trial out there. So a court case could be, court cause number or case number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And within that, it can have 1 court charge, 2 court charge, 3 court charge. It could have numerous court charges out there. They can also do something later on. They can amend that or something called supersede that indictment, which is, like I just said, it's the document that's in court that lists the charge and or charges, and they can amend them or supersede them, like I just said, and they can add charges. Theoretically, they could drop charges and stuff like that. Not quite uncommon. Okay. Or the prosecutor can actually, if they want to add charges, they can actually do a brand new criminal court charge and making it another independent case. So unfortunately, sometimes there could be the same facts and there could be 1 court case number that has 2 charges, and there could be another court case number that has another charge, just to keep that in mind. It's all irrespective and all usually take care of itself throughout the same process, because a lot of times some of the courts don't want to do multiple trials, but some courts don't interfere in that system. And now this is the important part. If you have a loved one that's out on bond, okay, if they're arrested and there's a charge, okay, and within the same case, you're in court, prosecutors add another charge, but it's under the same case. The prosecutors can do a motion with the court saying insufficient bond to try to make the bond go up, and that means a person would be rearrested, or they'd have to do a walkthrough and pay a higher bond. Okay, if it's just 2 misdemeanors and it's just another misdemeanor, a lot of times they don't do that. They don't go through the heartache. Now, the other thing is, but if a new court case is actually filed, even if it's the same facts, okay, the first court case had charge 1 and 2, and they're just adding 1 more charge, and it's the same facts, but it's a different court case. Unfortunately, your loved one will have to make another bond. I can't prove it, but sometimes on more serious allegations, I find it unique that prosecutors magically bring additional charges, or they will actually make it, a new charge in a new case, requiring that individual to get rearrested and have to make bond again. I've seen it several times, and it's happened out there. And I'm not saying it happens the majority of the time, but it's not uncommon. All right. If y'all need bonds or help, there's a marketplace that we have, bailbondbidsnow.com. Other than that, if you have any questions, list them below. I'll try to answer them, and I hope this helps. All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.